Hi everyone, nice to see you once again. Today we are having a very special guest with us. He's coming from the France region, so we are very happy to have you here, Gilles. My name is Carlos Higuera, President of Tijuana IDC or DATAC, and today we have my friend
Very helpless. This is the moment senior from the Tijuana Economic Development Corporation also. And
my name is Gilles. I'm the director of the French-American Chamber of Commerce. We're based in San Diego, and I'm very happy to be with Carlos and Freddie today.
Thank you so much, Gilles. It's really good to see you once today. Tell us about what is going on currently in France. What you can explain to us just briefly, what is France facing the situation in this moment?
So France now has the peak. There is still cases coming like every day, but we passed the peak, and the government expects to finish this containment by May 11. And so by May 11, progressively people will be able to go back to work. The very young people will go back to school, not university. And then, park will be reopening and activity, but, progressively, but they will assess on May 11 if the number is still going down, if there is not because they want to prevent a second peak. That's,
okay.
I think every government in the world now, they say, okay, we're all contained, we passed the peak, we're going down. What we don't want is to have a rebound and go back into containment, because that would be very, very bad for everything, specifically for economy.
Okay. Well, we have kind of a similar situation here in Baja California. From this week, the government already gave us a green light to go ahead and start reopening some operations, especially those that are really essential for our economy and for the kind of products that we really need. And from the following week, on May the 4th, we will see even more maquiladoras, more manufacturing facilities reopening now. So we are facing a very similar situation, even that Baja California has a very different season peak than France or Europe. We believe that the peak season is already contained, so hopefully everything goes back to normal very soon.
Yeah.
So,
I hope so.
we hope so too. And by the way, I do remember we had last year one fabulous trip to the south of France. Very magnificent trip that we were to Nice, Marseille, Aix-en-Provence, and we spent very good time learning how to do business with France. So that was a very interesting trip, and definitely there is something that we can do even more to further the relation between France and this region, to Baja California and Mexico. So with that in mind,
yes. No, but we most probably will have a delegation from France coming in San Diego, and we're going to talk to bring them also in Tijuana by October or November. It's not. They have to come this year. We don't know. They were supposed to come in June, during Bio San Diego, big convention about biotech and pharma, life science. Bio was cancelled. I mean, not cancelled, but they do it online. So they canceled their trip in June, and so they will come after that crisis, most likely, in Q4 of the year.
Okay, sounds perfect. So even though that we have this kind of situation, business continues after that. So we have currently a very good relation with you, and we appreciate that. Having the good way to have, as we explored before, between San Diego, Mexico, Tijuana, and obviously the south of France, is actually working and is now giving good results. How can you explain us or give us some success stories about this kind of relation that we already have in place?
So, French entrepreneurs are very interested to come in California to expand their business. because if you consider California as a country, it would be the fifth economic power in the world. Only the state of California. And to go to California, it's quite expensive because San Francisco is very expensive, Los Angeles is very expensive to establish a business, and San Diego is still accessible. So you can still access the California market, but by establishing your entity or your business or your office in San Diego, it's quite more affordable for French people. Then to manufacture their products, they are very interesting to be on the other side the border, like in Mexico, in Tijuana and Rosarito, because we've been aware about all the benefit and price to manufacture in Mexico by the EDC of Tijuana, and we started to promote not only San Diego but the combination of San Diego for the business in California and the advantage of going to establish your manufacturing plant in Mexico, in Tijuana, or Rosarito, Tecate. So that's a very good mix.
Yes. There is actually a very good combination. As you already explained, having working with San Diego EDC and Tijuana EDC that will represent also Baja, it's a very good combination for business. So you already explained California is one of the biggest markets just by itself. So definitely having an operation based on legally on California, for example, but having the manufacturing in Baja, it makes a lot of sense for someone that needs to enter to the North American market.
Yes.
So this is a very good way and a fastest ways to even reduce costs and have a good strategy to penetrate the US market. So definitely, I completely agree with you.
And when you explain to an entrepreneur or a CEO that you can have your business operation in San Diego, but you drive 40 minutes, you cross the border, and you have price, sometimes as close as what they would expect in China. I mean, it's much easier, and it's peaceful mind to know that you can drive 40 minutes and you see what's happening for your production, the quality and everything. So even if you pay a little bit more, I mean, it's way compensated by the fact that it's easier, to come in Mexico and to communicate with people in English or in Spanish,
It is true, Gilles. I completely agree with you. So, by the way, how's your Spanish?
How's my what?
Your Spanish.
My Spanish, it's still very basic. So, I did a little, but I have also my own side business where I manufacture in Rosarito. It was doing great, but this company also stopped manufacturing during that COVID-19. So, but every time I go, I speak a little bit of Spanish. So. But that's also the interest is I don't really have to speak a lot of Spanish because every contact I have to do my business in Mexico speak perfectly English. So that's also a good point. French people speak a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Italian, but they would mainly speak in English to do the business. So it's very interesting that we can speak English by coming in Mexico for the business part.
Yes, and you were mentioning something that is actually very interesting. Doing business with China and doing business with Mexico, compared to cost or a budget purpose, is almost the same currently. But you have the advantage, as you already pointed, that having the operation near to your facility or near to your headquarters or your main office here in California or in US is actually doing business in a very easy way. You don't compromise your supply chain, you have eyes on your manufacturing operation, and you can do any change immediately. So you don't have to wait or travel 13 hours to just go and see what is actually going on your factory. So having this kind of relation between a US entity and manufacturing facility in Baja is actually a very good combination, as you already explained, as you already experienced by yourself.
I experienced by myself, and again, for me, it was like, you launch a product, you're not sure if it's going to work or not, you're paying a lot of attention of every detail, and specifically when it was like the prototype phase, you need a lot of back and forth with the manufacturing company. If it would have been in China, every time I want to see, a change, an improvement, if you need to wait to receive the product, or if you need to travel, I mean, it takes so much time. So, sometimes I was leaving my office at 12, at 1:30 p.m. I was in Rosarito looking at the new prototype, saying we need to change this and this. Okay, let's see in 3 or 4 days. It's so easy. So that's why for me, the small difference in price doesn't compensate the fact that you can really, control every step of the process to launch a manufacturing phase.
And time is money, and that's why.
And time, and maybe also because you control better, you don't do mistake. In this way, when you really launch a production, you save a lot of money by not manufacturing a product with default or defect or stuff like that.
And there is another issue that is related also to having the manufacturer here in Mexico or in Baja, the intellectual property. That is something that in some ways, some people that is doing business currently with Asia, especially China, sometimes they face a copy. So they went to the market and say, oh, I have too many products, but those are not my brand. It's something very similar. So that is also something to consider, because here in Mexico we take intellectual property the same way as the US.
Yes.
And it is very similar actually to France. It's actually very similar regulation. So we tend to do business the same way as you will do it at home in France.
Yeah, it's a good point. I have a patent, and I was, kind of concerned about how I'm going to deal with that patent. And it's true. I mean, there is much less risk of being, copying my product in Mexico rather than sending all the detail of my product in China, and then we're going to be copied without any resource, and also I would say the culture is very important. I think it's much easier to communicate and to be on the same page with the Mexican culture rather than an Asian or Chinese culture. Being in San Diego, it's very natural. I would live, next to the border of China. I would say differently because it's a total different, aspect. But being in San Diego, there is no question. You have this advantage to be next to the border, and we have to take those advantage because it's a unique position, in the world, being next to Mexico and in a place like California. And for us, we try to put, San Diego and Tijuana as a preferred business destination for a French entrepreneur. And it makes sense, that's why there is this improvement and more business are coming from the both interests. So
great.
That's great.
It's good to know. So looking forward when we have the agenda of October, November, and it's very happy to help you, Gilles, during this since the last year. I think it was the first time that we helped you. Or it was 2017. I don't remember when it was the
We
first time.
started in 2018.
2018.
We started in 2018 to have, a few companies. Last year we did the tour. You came in France. We had a few companies coming. About 10 companies coming, and they came in Tijuana. You welcomed them also by coming in San Diego. And some of them are still, making some business with some of your members in Tijuana. So it's happening with a lot of good success story and cases. So that's amazing.
Yes, and I do remember something else when we visit France. we notice a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of young people having new devices, new kind of artic where they want to introduce to Europe, of course, but also to North America.
Yes.
So one of the fastest ways probably to do that is having, as you already experienced, having an entity in US, I mean a legal entity, and then having the manufacturing in Mexico is, as you already mentioned, is faster. It's a very easy way to do business. Instead of having the manufacturing in China and trying to do all the logistics with the current complexity, it's a very different way to do business.
Yeah, exactly. And again, when they come to do business and establish an entity, most of the time they come at least for 1 or 2, week to explore.
Yes.
And again, they come in San Diego and they can go quick in Tijuana for a day, even for half a day. So, every time we have that, it's also a good benefit and a good advantage for us to say, okay, we are partnered with the EDC Tijuana. Those business. Freddy's doing an amazing job by matching what they need with the current company in your area. Between Tecate, Rosarito, Tijuana, and each time we set up appointment with those companies, there is an interest and a good match. So that without a partner in Tijuana, it would have been more difficult to do that because of the language. When we call a company, they can answer in Spanish. So to have a support to make this soft landing with EDC Tijuana, it's a very good partnership, and we use it as much as we can.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gilles. And by the way, what is your expectations about once the COVID season ends? What is your expectation on the business side? What you will see, or what is your ideas on that?
So there is a couple of things. First, now there is some restriction about visa in US. So for 60 days, might be more, but for 60 days, we cannot sponsor anymore E2 visas or investor visa coming from France. But 60 days will be really during that peak. So I would say by June it's going to be June or beginning of July is going to be the end of this restriction by Trump organization, because until they keep that restriction, we can't bring any French entrepreneur in US. If they cannot use a visa to invest, they are not going to be interested by exploring US. But now every lead or prospect we had, they stand by everything we were supposed to do for them. So we're just but we are still communicating with them. And as soon as everything open up again, we're gonna try to first bring them during a business tour by September or October. But for now, there is some question mark. Is it going to be really by September, October, November? Is it going to be a second peak or not? But and it's also if US will be as attractive as before, because they're going to suffer a lot by COVID-19, maybe more than some European country. As you might know, now we hit like 30 million people filing for unemployment in US in 6 weeks. That's it's a lot. So for us to attract people in San Diego, they need to still think that by coming and expanding their business in US, it's going to be a good move. So don't know how it's going to be. California will be different from the rest of US.
Yes.
So there will be the difference between, okay, I'm coming in California, not necessarily the whole US, because US is a big market for any entrepreneur, but maybe not as good as before COVID-19. So we still outreaching a lot of companies in France, telling them to come in San Diego or in California, and we'll see how the business will work, but we cannot be sure at that point.
That is
Still,
true.
I think there's an opportunity for those companies after this, right? So we obviously it's a bad thing, but after that, I think there's an opportunity, an opportunity for those companies and projects that want to have this session.
Yeah.
Yes, we definitely agree. Gilles, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else that you want to add? But by the way, we really appreciate having your effort for the past funds, and actually it's almost 2 years now. It's getting up to 2 years now. And thank you so much for having us in France on that time, and also for having all the efforts and arrangements for those kind of tours that we have in the past. So hopefully for the following, at the end of this year, we will have a large group, or at least some people that is still interested on this region. So thank you so much for that, Gilles. And is there anything else that you want to add for our group?
No, I hope also that on your side in Mexico, you're also seeing, the end of the tunnel, and that we can, I think we need to have also like an optimistic and positive mindset, because if we stay into COVID-19 crisis, nothing can happen. So there is question mark, but we are, in good health. We're able, to work, to continue working remotely. Things going to be better in a few weeks, maybe a few months, but I will be glad, to celebrate that it's over with you in Tijuana with a good Mexican food and a good margarita.
We will.
Yes.
We will, my friend.
Sounds good.
Okay, it's a promise.
Okay.
Okay, take care, Gilles. Please don't leave, and we will just say bye to our friends on Facebook.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much, Gilles. Take good care. And to our friends on Facebook and YouTube, thank you so much for being with us today. And we will have another capsule tomorrow, so stay tuned. Thank you.